I'm resident calling for YouTube. Joel Sains as my buddy Patrick McCray. There's my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to review Star Trek Six: The Undiscovered Country, directed by Nicholas Meyer, screenplay by Nicholas Meyer and Denny Martin Finn, story by Leonard Nimoy, Lawrence Kohner, Mark Rosenthal, uh, produced. Based on Star Trek by Gene Roddenberry, produced by Ralph Winter. Cinematographer is Hiro Narita. Narita. Music by Cliff Edelman. Let's see. Release date December 6, 1991. Budget $30 million. Box office $96.8 million. So guys, when did you first see this movie, Alan?
Again, first weekend. Absolutely. I was, as I said before, I was pretty deep into these movies, and I think I've seen every single one of them, all the way up through the reboots, first week at least, that they were in the theater. So, yep, in the theater.
Patrick?
Opening day, first show, San Diego, California. Yeah.
So, guys, what did you think of the plot of this one, Patrick?
Before that, ask me what I thought of the country.
The undiscovered country.
What did you think of the country?
I don't know. It was undiscovered.
Waka.
Yeah. What did I think of what? The plot?
The plot.
It is good. It is a good plot.
It is.
It is, in terms of Star Trek heavy-handedness, especially with Chancellor Gorkin. Gorkin.
Yes,
I felt like Nimoy, who helped write the thing, was sitting.
All he needed was a little birthmark on his forehead.
I really imagine like Nimoy sitting next to me watching the movie, going, "Get it? Get it?"
Yeah.
But I like even my best friends when we looked at, because I got the script months early. It was one of the ones that was marked, stolen from the studio by somebody. And I had it autographed by Mojo Nixon, who was a pal of mine, and he was at Comic-Con with me when I got it. Mojo autographed this, and he said, "Worf is a panty waist." But I had the script where it's not Valeris, is Savick. And they were going to get Chrissy Alley
back again, try to get her back, but she probably still demanded too much money.
Of life to get her onto the set.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of Chrissy Alley at that point.
Yes, and she got Zaftig at various points.
Well, she was on Cheers. It was a cushy life.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I read it and I thought it was goddamn good. And I'm not a good script reader. Normally, if I really like something, it's going to be terrible. And if I go, I don't know, then it's going to turn out to be Ed Wood. It's just something fantastic. The studio should keep me around just to do the opposite of whatever
Well, screenplays are a trick to read sometimes. They can be.
So, but this one, I think I read it in one sitting. It was just great. Even with recycled moments and everything else.
Sure, but we get a real villain here again.
General Chang, maybe the best villain Star Trek's had.
Well, he's the best actor to portray a villain, that's for sure. I think he's the best actor to portray, and he's very Shakespearean. And even the blocking at certain points, he's almost hiding beside a wall while he's listening to this argument take place in front of him, and he's quoting Shakespeare all the time, and he's doing all this stuff, and he's sort of like an Iago character.
But Shatner is very well suited to deal with him.
Oh, absolutely.
Earth Hitler, 1938.
That's right.
It was
what did you say?
Great moment. Lebensraum. So yeah. Chang's marvelous. Christopher Plummer's so good. This is a man so evil he has to have an eye patch nailed into his head.
That's right. It's permanently surgically implanted.
So,
with a hammer and nail, as you said.
I like to think he did it himself.
Yes.
So
I don't want to take this off at night anymore.
The plot's very tight. The mystery in it takes a little while to kind of have explained. It was a ship that was okay. I get it.
And the conspiracy and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It manages to yet further the triumvirate stuff, but it does it separately. Kirk has really nice specific things with McCoy, and then Kirk has really nice specific things with Spock, but the three of them do not really
triangulate like they did in the last movie,
and that's okay.
It is okay.
Sort of
it's
nice,
different dynamic.
Yeah, he has these quiet moments with each of them. And again, D. Kelly. The thing that bothers me is peanut butter. I don't like it. But the other thing that bothers me is that, especially after Star Trek 4, if not Star Trek 3, that executives at the studios and Paramount, it's like, he's a pretty good actor. Can we get him to do more stuff for me? Like he should have shown up in some David Mamet courtroom drama, or just something like that. Like the stuff David Selby gets now. And they just nothing. And it could be that Dee didn't want to do it. He's basically retired. I know that he had like his colon collapsed or something like that when he was
he had some health issues. Yeah, of course, being significantly older than the rest of the cast too. I mean, he was. I think by this time he's in his 70s. Yeah.
The plot is very strong. I mean, I know that these are sort of superfluous compliments to you, but
it works. It's general, but it's true. And if you break it down scene by scene, it builds the way that a strong plot line should. It has twists and turns. It has personality clashes. It has a villain. Again, we finally get a full blown villain again, and it has those familiar Star Trek tropes that will pop up every once in a while.
But it's much more paranoid. This is a prelude to DS9 level movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going into after this film, we go into the Next Generation hybrid, and then into the Next Generation films. So we're just about there.
Yeah. The plot of this movie is great. The title, not so much. Like, can we please?
Undiscovered Country. Well, it's the Undiscovered Country is obviously the wish for peace in a peaceful future. I mean, that's ultimately what it is, because they have not discovered that country between these two races, and also it's racial peace too. I mean, there's racist plot points throughout this.
Funny, Alan, that you should mention that, because I took something different away from it.
Yeah,
I took it as sort of the yang to the yin that you described, because of course death is what the Undiscovered Country is for Shakespeare.
Well, of course.
And so I looked at it as about the death of this Cold War racist culture,
right? Or the mortality of the characters,
and the mortality of the characters. Yeah. Both interpretations are right.
Yes,
they do not cancel out each other, but they complement each other.
Yes. I'm going to be right back. I have to let the dog out really quick. He's telling me I have to let him out. I'll be back in about 3 minutes, guys.
Okay. So Joel, just so you know, it was originally Undiscovered Country was originally going to be the title of Wrath of Khan. So Meyer had been pushing that title for a while.
Yeah, good movie, still a shitty title.
At least you're not dismissive.
No, the movie's fine as a whole. I mean, it's got a great plot. You have a true villain who is also a traitor in every way, shape, and form. Why not? And then you have like Kirk and McCoy getting taken prisoner. You have a shapeshifter in this movie.
Lloyd.
I mean, you have everything in this movie you should want. Can't you just call it The Quest for Peace? I mean, seriously.
No, because then you would expect, Christopher Reeve to show up and steal all their photon torpedoes.
Anything else? other than the
Uh,
undiscovered country.
Star
But
Trek 6, Peace and Carrots.
oh my god.
Star Trek
Um,
6, what's that smell?
oh my gosh. Nah, it just I really enjoyed McCoy here as always. Him and Kirk have great chemistry, especially when they're taking prison. And I like his line. I've never operated on a Klingon before. I don't know it is that. I mean,
I don't have a computer nearby to help out.
no, he's. I just love DeForest Kelly's performance on because you believe him. Like
Yeah.
you, you have no choice but to believe him. And he's right. So here you go. Let's see. Star Trek V, the final frontier, let's see, was a critical and financial disappointment. Paramount Pictures was concerned that the Star Trek franchise would not be able to recover from the blow with the looming 25th anniversary of the original series in 1991. Producer Harv Bennett revisited an idea Ralph Winter had for the fourth film, a prequel featuring young versions of Kirk and Spock at Starfleet Academy. The prequel was designed to be a way of keeping the characters, if not the actors, in what was called Top Gun in outer space. Bennett and the final frontier writer David Lowry wrote a script entitled "The Academy Years," where Dr. Leonard McCoy talks about how he met Kirk and Spock while addressing a group of Academy graduates. The script shows Kirk and Spock's upbringing. They're meeting McCoy and Montgomery Scott at the Academy and defeating a villain before parting ways. The script would have established that George George Kirk, James T. Kirk's father, was a pilot who went missing, presumed dead, during a warp experiment with Scott. The script is set before the Enlightenment of the Federation. Slavery and racism are common. Say with Spock being bullied because he is the only Vulcan student. Nurse Christine Chavell cameos in the script climax. So that's interesting.
I would have, if I had made the movie, I would have cast Shatner and Nimoy, and I would have had them in short pants with red suspenders and beanies and slingshots in their back pockets. And I would have used like forced perspective effects like they did in Lord of the Rings to make them look like they're about only 5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, can you imagine what a surreal movie that would have been? You get the good Tim Burton to direct it.
Star Trek: The Dead End Kids.
That's right. They're short sheeting the Academy, president's bed. I would have gotten George Gaines as the commandant of the Academy, like in Police Academy.
George Gaines. Literally an operatic actor.
What a voice, though.
Yes, he was. He was an opera singer.
Yeah.
Here's something I wanted to talk to you guys about with Star Trek. Do you guys think Paramount is intentionally sabotaging the Star Trek franchise currently?
Right now.
No.
Right now.
I don't think they're intentionally doing it. They're just doing it.
They're doing it pretty successfully. Yeah. They are so hell-bent for leather to, as like Disney is so hell-bent for leather to, I hate to say, because I sound like some right-wing asshole, but to push a political agenda. And Star Trek was a story that had political.
Yeah, it was all done. It was all done as social commentary rather than us versus them kind of commentary.
Yeah, and it well, you look at Starfleet Academy, it wanders so far from certain key elements of common sense, specifically with things like the head of their physical fitness program being morbidly obese.
Yeah.
What? So I mean, and if it were like a lazy coach, Wilbur Brimley or something, that'd be funny.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Right.
And it's the sort of thing where now the big embrace, I guess, because they're all in love with Tilly, is women of size, which I have no issue with.
Right.
And yet, Starfleet is a military, and it has been portrayed for centuries as having certain standards,
physical standards.
Yeah, and that this, any of the Starfleet crew, at least until they get to movie age, which they're very different figures then, but really any Star Trek crew in their prime, if they have to, are capable of kicking a little ass, and taking care of business when they need to.
Right.
And that's just standard. I know Gene didn't like the M word, but it's standard military stuff. That you have a modicum of standards.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and rant about woke or any of that, but
sometimes that stuff gets in the way of actual plot lines, and character development, and things like that. When you're making a statement that's divorced from what's actually should be going on in the story, that's different. Yeah, you're right. That's clunky. That's bad
with
writing.
Like Tilly, she's such a good mathematician and engineer and so on, and so on and so forth, that you're willing to accept that Starfleet went, okay, we could really use you out there, but you got to start jogging, which we see her doing.
Right.
And, we expect that by a couple of years in, you're going to lost, you're going to be more in line with the others. That's okay. That's an exception. But it's the whole crew.
Yeah.
Except for Holly Hunter, who's incapable of sitting in a chair. She just gets splaying all over them. They explain it because she's 300 years old. As if once you hit, 299, you start relating to furniture differently.
And at 300 years old, she spent 280 of those years on some kind of an actor's diet, because she ain't no bigger than a minute.
No, and you imagine her dealing with Khan. Or her dealing with I was about to say Bruce Boxleitner. That's not it. Her dealing with Bruce would have been very nice. Her dealing with Golda Gott, and just I think that would be a fascinating episode. But I don't know. But I know the ratings on Starfleet Academy in terms of critical ratings are through the roof. The pilot had a Rotten Tomatoes average, and this is critical average, higher than Wrath of Khan by a point.
Well, that's just kind of ridiculous.
It is.
That's prisoner of the moment. That's prisoner of the moment stuff. That's what that is. So you can understand that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I only literally better than Wrath of Khan. But it just made me go, interesting. Interesting. All right. Okay, so well, here we are. Joel, are you still here? Am I alone? I'm alone. It's all mine. At last. All right, let me find the controls. You're free. You're free to go. You're free to go. I'm destroying the village. That was a moment of a prisoner. Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving Jewel. So lucky to be the one he runs to see in the evening when he's past a stool. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. He's kept my love in dark shadows so young, so new. So time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you. Joel will never be back. I've gotten away with so much. That fool thinks I'm his friend and brings me on this. Well, if he knew what I was really saying. I said, oh, hi, Joel. How you doing? Let's talk about Star Trek.
Oh my God. So here's my thought on this, in my
Yeah.
opinion, okay? With the whole Star Trek thing. I think Paramount, in my opinion, is intentionally sabotaging it to eventually sell stuff.
And bring back Desilu, damn it.
I mean, because look at what WWE's doing now. Look at what Disney's doing.
The mother text. Yes,
I mean,
what is WWE doing?
No, look.
That explains Star Trek. I believe you. I just want to hear it.
They have intentionally priced out middle class families, something Vince McMahon never did or would never do. To anybody who's ever worked for him, everybody has said that. Look at what Disney's done with Star Wars. They've hit it over the head to death and not done well with it to a degree. Look at what Paramount's done with Star Trek. They have not done well with it, with some exceptions here or there, but for the most part, it's all fell flat for the most part.
I will say the Star Trek thing will float for a while because of the Mandalorian. That's been very well received. Yeah.
Well, Endor has been well received also.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to watch any of that.
Apparently, it's great.
Yeah. But you might. I mean, that's a point of view that's legitimate. I mean, in terms of how it's been handled, but I just think it's been more mishandled than deliberately handled. That's all. Because there's nothing like grosses to motivate the suits. But if they're incompetent or they're stuck on an idea, that's when you get problems.
Hey, if your idea is to do a Starfleet Academy, again, like you guys are saying, based off of a military, again, I get that the creator didn't like that word, and that's fine. You don't have to.
But there's discipline involved.
Right, but there's discipline involved. And you see the girl running, that's fine. But the whole crew being like, what is
a bit much.
Like, one person's fine because I could see somebody slip again if they're smart enough, and she is good. Right.
She's adorable. You know, that also helps.
If you're being recruited solely for your brawn, for your brain, and how smart you are, okay, we need this woman in our program for this reason. I get that because there's been characters like that in Star Trek. Like, no writer or producer is this incompetent. This was done on purpose. Now, come on.
Well, the idea and the themes were done on purpose, yes.
Yeah.
But they didn't purposefully try to tank it. They didn't think that that was going to be a problem for them. And actually, it may not be a problem in terms of overall popularity. I think it's problematic to us because it doesn't fit thematically and consistently with what you expect from Star Trek and some of the logic of Star Trek and some of the actual sense of Star Trek.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy, man.
So it's a deliberate idea. Hey, I got this great idea. Let's do it this way. That's deliberate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cosmic question. And that is, what makes an Academy story so interesting? It's just not, unless it's Steve Gutenberg, getting Leslie Easterwood to a pool or something. Right. I just don't. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not as much. For one thing, you're not out there. You're not out there, which is part of the appeal of the whole Star Trek media, being out there. But I guess probably what they do is they took JJ's idea of having the younger crew and at Starfleet, and then but they go out there.
They do.
They take a ship and they go out there. But that the seed of that idea of the Academy, of course, was in some conceptual stuff that you talked about earlier that was happening at the point we are now in the actual movies. But so it's obviously been kicking around. And like anything that's been kicking around, somebody grabs a hold of it and goes, "Oh, I'm going to appropriate this because it's been like 20 years since anybody's kicked it around, so I'm going to make it my idea."
I like
And
Star Trek '09.
you know,
I really do. It's good. It's a movie I enjoy a lot.
yeah,
And one of the elements I like in it is that okay, you do have young Kirk, but he's portrayed as kind of the oldest freshman on campus.
oh yeah, and he's cocky and he's confident, and he show that by the way he was when he was a kid, or younger, with the whole motorcycle thing that he does,
Yeah.
which is actually just before he goes to the academy. But
Mhm.
so you get that sense of a unbridled Kirk. So it's connected. It's connected.
Yeah. So, yeah, some of your favorite scenes from this movie?
Oh man, well, the dinner scene
Mm-hmm.
really stinks out.
Good dramatic tension throughout.
It does a lot, and it's funny. There's funny stuff around it. Let me know there's another way you can screw up tonight.
Yeah.
I really any energy surges is like only the size of my head.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny in the right way. And David Warner desperately trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
At the table. I see we have a lot to go.
Yes.
And I feel like it not that David Warner needs redeeming, and not that there's anything wrong in playing St. John Talbot, interesting guy.
No. Yeah.
But it gave him a much meatier part to play. And then I had to remember David Warner. He's part of the Nicholas Meyer rep.
Yes, absolutely, he is. He's taken large and small roles over the years for that relationship, I think, and he always gives a great performance, no matter how small or large it is.
So. He does. Back to Morgan, A Suitable Case for Treatment.
Yeah,
a movie I like a lot.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
Yeah. I think the last thing I saw him do was, believe it or not, was Mary Poppins Returns.
Hey, what's he playing?
He plays the next door neighbor who thinks he's still a sea captain.
Oh, that's a wonderful part.
It's a wonderful part. And he's in this wheelchair the whole time, because I think he probably was in a wheelchair at the time. He was fading physically at that point in time. It wasn't long after he made that movie that he passed away. But he has all the energy anybody would ever want to have with this whole thing, and he's got his little assistant, his Smee, with him, and it's just wonderful.
Well, he's got a touch of Shaw to it, also from Heartbreak House.
Mm-hmm.
Where Captain Shaw and convinced he's the captain.
Yeah. It's anything Warner was in. From the time I saw him, I think the earliest movie I saw him in, not necessarily the first thing I saw him in, but the earliest movie I saw him in was probably Tom Jones.
Huh?
And he was in his early 20s.
You like David Warner? What's your favorite David Warner movie?
I don't have a favorite movie, but I loved him in Baldur's Gate 2 when he was voicing the character.
Yeah.
So.
He's also in Tron.
He's in Tron, Time After Time, of course.
Time After Time is probably my favorite role of his, because it's so chilling.
That's where I talk about him being part of the Nicholas Meyer rep.
Yes. Yeah.
And ironically, who would play the villain in the next movie? Malcolm McDowell.
Right.
So, Mary Steenburgen's version should have been in the next one.
Yes. Yeah. And McDowell, for me, saves Generations in a lot of ways. His performance.
He's very good. And then
there's some other good stuff in there too. The only thing I don't like about it is the ultimate end, obviously. I don't.
Yeah, it's just a waste.
Unnecessary.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
Next episode. So what's their favorite scenes? The trial.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
The fight with the big brute in the prison.
In the mining prison.
Not everybody keeps their testicles in the same place.
That's right. And Iman is great. I love her.
Really good. Really good in that movie. What a treat. On top of everything else. And there she is.
Yeah.
With the cigars. She makes the cigars sexy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Makes everything sexy. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, particularly at that point in her career, she was in her prime back then. That was probably around this time that she met David Bowie, actually. It was probably around that time. So, and I kept thinking about her in the role of Angelique in the 91 series because
Oh, wow, that's a good casting.
they were considering it, but Dan Curtis wouldn't consider it.
Really?
Yep. He was
Yeah.
on the short list.
Who else was on the short list? Do you know?
Well, obviously,
Dixie Carter.
Lysette Anthony. Yeah. No, let's see. Was yes. I'm trying to think of somebody ridiculous.
Uh,
There are plenty that you could consider.
yeah, sure. Yeah,
But obviously, Lysette Anthony, I think, was at the top of Curtis's list because she's blonde and similar to
English. He
some
seems
way.
to like English women.
Yes, yes. But similar to the concept that was presented by Laura in the early days. So, but yeah, I would have loved to have seen Iman. No, nothing against Lisette because she was fine. She was fine in a role.
And in the expanded version, you got, speaking of lovely ladies of cinema, you've got Renee Auberjonois as Colonel West.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great. And I'm glad that there's the expanded version that came out that gives him another scene.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Peters, very good. And
Brock Peters as a villain.
Yes, and which is kind of heartbreaking.
It is in a way.
And this is one of your Starfleet heroes in
Right.
Voyage Home.
Yes, absolutely. But he obviously, like Kirk, deeply held prejudice against the Klingons and didn't want this to succeed at all. So, and they talk about that as it's an ameliorating factor because there's a lot of people that felt that way. They just weren't necessarily
and they
a conspiracy to sabotage it.
Who's it? Was it Fukuyama? Who wrote The End of History?
Oh,
but you remember that was when the wall was coming down, and
yes,
and Kirk, and you can hear Nicholas Meyer within this, just in one line, devastates it. I think there's history is not quite over yet. Yeah.
This another reason I like this movie so much is because there's a real internal struggle going on with Kirk and his enmity towards all Klingons because one Klingon killed his son in particular.
And it's
legit. I mean, it's legit.
It is legit. And it's a movie that, in Wrath of Khan, all of his aging angst was inwardly directed.
Sure.
And here, in a move that is mature twice, in two different ways. One where Kirk admits he's a bigot, and one where Kirk gets over it.
Yeah.
It's just marvelous.
That's the way it has to be done. You have to admit to it before you can actually work on it and defeat it.
Yeah. I liked the nakedly political nature of the story. That here we go, and deal with it.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, obviously politics are involved as a swirl around everything that's going on, but within that swirl is all of this sort of deeply moral and ethical desire to figure it out and fix it.
It's a real shame that Gene was not able to get over his own bruised ego from dismissed from the Star Trek movies, because this is the last of the movies he saw.
Yeah.
I think, with the exception maybe of Kirk going quite as right-wing as he did, it's a good political story. It's in line with Roddenberry's politics.
Yeah.
And poor Gene got wheeled in to see this thing. And he wasn't talking a lot. And he died just a few days later.
Yeah, I was about to say he died before it was actually released.
Yeah. And
they put a dedication in.
As well they should. And his only response, because he had a ton of strokes and all kinds of problems. was no. How sad.
Mm.
How sad that was it.
Yeah.
But it was his.
I was about to say I disagree with him.
Sure.
I totally disagree with him.
Sure. Oh yeah. It's just sad.
Yes, it is sad that he felt that way.
Yeah.
But also that there was, interestingly and ironically, he was holding on to an enmity that, like you say, he created himself.
Yep.
He really did.
And it's not like Paramount barred him from the lot. He was given a series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carte blanche.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he was doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean,
it
wasn't like it devastated his life, but it devastated his. It did devastate his life on one level.
About 8 years.
Yeah,
and then he bounced right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite Star Trek actors who got to do a voice cameo in a video game, Renee Auberjonois was. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, he voiced Giannis Andros, whose heart was ripped from his body, but is used to resurrect vampires also too. Very interesting character. And you can actually see him there when they're filming the behind the scenes stuff. You see him doing his voice lines and interacting with the actors on the game, which is really cool. My favorite scene is the trial. But even before the trial, the fact that McCoy cannot fix. I know nothing about Klingon anatomy.
Yeah. That frustration. Frustration.
Brock Peters, who also goes on to voice Joseph Sisko, or play Joseph Sisko. Sorry, Benjamin Sisko's father. Yes, there is that.
Brock Peters goes all the way back to Kill a Mockingbird and beyond. Mm-hmm. That guy had a top tier resume.
Yeah, he did. Scale 1 to 10, we give the movie, guys.
Under 10.
Yep.
It's a secure 10.
Yep. It is. No doubt. No hesitation.
12 and a half. Really good. Look back and good. Great movie. I have no complaints about it other than the title. That's it. That's all I have.
Now let's get on with the next movie.
When do we do this? Is it tomorrow or?
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow. Oh my God.
We got it. This is like intentionally. This is like being a wine critic, and taking on a booze that you know is going to give you a horrible hangover.
Mm-hmm.
But
it tastes fruity and delicious, but the next day you feel so guilty. I suppose that's the risk you take when you drink train flambeau.
I'll warn you guys in advance. I'm going to give the 7th circle foul. I'll defend Kirk's death.
Absolutely. We want the variety. I mean, we crave it. Absolutely. Yep.
Bring it.
Bring it on.
And you may change our minds.
Right.
I watched this movie. What was it, God?
You gotta have material for tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to add about this movie before we go?
No. This is a nice finish for this section of Star Trek lore.
And it is, I think, because it tied in so well to the finish of the dominant political narrative of the Star Trek era.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Really great movie. You guys should check it out. It's one of the better movies. No offense to Gene Roddenberry.
Let me just say one. What a score by Cliff Idleman. I've never heard anything else he's done. But
this is a good, the music is really good in this movie.
Well, Meyer asked him initially what they were going to do, and then it just proved to be prohibitively expensive, was adapt the planets. Mm-hmm. And when you know that, and then go back and listen to the score, it's like, oh yeah,
you can see some of the themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the signatures.
I really love how Hiro Narita shoots this too. The close-ups, everything. Fucking really good. So great job. Great job. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Star Trek Generations. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day Book of Bow will be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Call It Sport After Dark, in the description box. You will also hear Patrick McCray sitting on this podcast episode. So good times.
See you later.
Have a good one.
Later, gents.
Bye.